Hey guys, welcome to the Milk Podcast, episode 5. I'm Jack, and I'm joined by Eden and
You
Cora.
can't even do the intro right. Like, what is?
Hey
what
guys,
is this?
I'm milking myself live on camera. Here's my friends who are watching me do it. The guy in the flower shirt and the guy in the flower shirt. Nice fucking synergy today, you fucking bozos.
Hi, I'm the guy in the flower shirt. I'm Core.
People really like that sweater core. That's really a fan favorite. Honestly, if I were you, I would just like sweat in it for like 3 weeks. Like maybe like go bake in the sun. Just like
This can't be
drink
going
gallons of
anywhere
water,
good.
sweat
Gallons.
directly into it, and then we could do like an auction for it. You know, and I
Core
feel like
sweaty.
a lot
You
of
know,
people.
I think that's probably quite possibly the last thing in the universe I would want to encourage.
That sounds
What?
awesome.
That's not even parasocial. It's
But
like
we could do
all
it
they
for
want-
charity. Like, we could do it for charity, you know?
They can get your DNA or something.
Parasocial. How
That's
is
not
that?
very social. It's just a science experiment. They want to like do like a couple tests on your little DNAs that they're going to gather off
Because you
the
have really
follicles
fucked up
of
DNA.
the sweater.
Yeah.
It's not parasocial. It's just one sweater.
It is just one sweater. True. It's I don't think it's that parasocial. And speaking of parasocial, all I'm saying is, you guys, I'm excited for SMOSH. I'm so excited for SMOSH.
You know,
That's a great. Go ahead.
me and
I'm
Jack,
not excited for
me and
SMOSH.
Jack
Okay.
have done some research.
So,
and
yeah.
we can't wait.
So basically, for those who don't know, probably everyone knows, SMOSH is coming back. Anthony and Ian are back together after they broke up like 5 years ago. Even though no one was watching SMOSH back then, but they broke up. And Core and I last night, we were in a Discord call, and I was pulling up SMOSH videos, old school SMOSH videos to watch, to remind us of the kind of content SMOSH used to make. And holy shit.
It was so
Core-
funny. I was
it was
literally
so
laughing my
flipping-
ass off.
Core was flipping.
Time.
Core was flipping his fucking ass off. I'm not gonna lie. Core, I don't think I've
So,
seen him laugh more.
Is
in his
it good
life.
or is it bad? Just give it to me straight, doctor.
It's pretty bad.
Well, actually, I should give it to you gay.
That's a Smosh joke.
That's a Smosh joke right there.
Yeah.
That's literally a
I'll give it to
Smosh
you
joke.
gay, bitch.
And then you push him in the fucking pool.
And then Ian's mom
they
walks
run into
in.
the camera. They go like fucking shaking their arms like they're having a goddamn seizure.
I'm just
Look,
like,
there's nothing wrong with just two guys, whether they're gay or straight, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It shouldn't even be brought up for any reason. I'm just saying it should be okay for two guys, gay or straight, to
what?
just make videos together that aren't sexual. Just enjoy themselves.
They don't though.
as
That's
friends.
the thing. They don't. They're all.
That's what I'm saying, and we should be okay with that. Not everything has to be sexual, Core.
I don't understand what your point is or how it relates to what I was saying at all.
I agree with him.
Okay, here's my real point. Here's my unironic point. The videos are probably really, really stupid, but like, there's a certain level of comfort in the stupidity and simplicity of a Smosh video. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You
It's
see,
the nostalgia. It's the nostalgia.
from my perspective, like the vibe I get of it and everyone's reaction is it's like when you're an adult, you're a fully grown adult, and your parents divorced when you were a kid, and your parents are getting remarried. Like
That's what I
you're
tweeted
excited
yesterday about it.
because as a child,
Yeah.
you were deprived of this thing that means a lot to you. But as an adult, it doesn't matter. It's not really going to have any effect on your life. Like, you don't care about your parents, like, actually.
Yeah, that's what I tweeted yesterday, and that's exactly how I felt. Because
Yeah.
in the moment, I was like, yeah, yay, they're back together. But then
it's like,
actually, I'm
who's
like,
actually going to watch these videos? It's going to be...
The Smosh babies.
Smosh Baby season 2, I'll watch, but like otherwise, I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I have to find out after the insane
I just don't know what audience they're gonna cater to. Because are they gonna go for that like our
Well,
age
Anthony
group?
went straight. I feel like both Smosh and Anthony's solo channel both made content for adults in like the past few years.
No.
Like,
Okay, so
no, when you go to Smosh's channel,
we
I literally
watched
like their most
Smosh's new
recent
videos.
video.
Eden,
It
you're
was
speaking
like,
from a place of
That
ignorance
shit
right
is
now.
not for kids, dog. That
We
shit
are
is, like,
watching from you're talking from a place of ignorance. We watched a video yesterday.
I watched the video this morning from Smosh.
Was it the try not to laugh with Anthony?
No, it was it was like one of their skits. It was like an upload from like 3 months ago or something. That wasn't a skit. It was like they have like a show format, and there's like four people.
Yeah.
Everybody's an adult, and the humor isn't that slapstick, to be honest. And then especially Anthony's channel as well, where it's just, look, maybe we just clicked on two very different
Well,
videos.
I
but
think
we got
Anthony
some
is
very
definitely
different experiences.
I think
then I
Anthony is
feel like-
also appealing to like teenagers still.
yeah, but it's definitely older than what old Smosh videos were, like, certainly. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I just think that because we watched this try not to laugh video, which is like I've seen a couple
we
of
had
them
to try
before.
really hard.
Core and I were trying not to laugh, like so it was the hardest challenge ever. Like I love Smosh. Like I want to preface this, like I don't think I'd be the person I was without Smosh. Like
First direction.
I was addicted. I was addicted to Smosh as a kid. Like I thought they were hilarious. But they're doing this try not to laugh thing, and I'm not gonna. Anthony and Ian were the worst out of all of their fucking
Their
people.
fucking
They were
interns
so unfunny.
Funnier than them by far.
All of their employees were funnier than them. It was so I'm like, how is this gonna go? Anthony hasn't made a sketch in like 5 years. We'll have to see. Well, I don't know what audience they're gonna go for.
They did say they wanted to make sketches in their comeback video, and I was like, no, wait. You guys could do like something else. And then I just don't think they're going to be successful if they do sketches in the year of our Savior,
I feel like
2023.
sketches just aren't really like
As big,
the
yeah.
thing now.
And if sketches are big, it's the guy just talking into the camera for a minute, like Pro ZD or
Yeah,
Long Beach
it's like a
Griffey
short
when he's
form,
talking
yeah.
about how he hates trans people for 3 minutes straight. Like those are the only types of sketches that get views nowadays.
I mean,
Yeah, it's when-
there's a couple people that make it work. Like, what's his name? Joel Haver.
Joel
Haver.
Haver.
Joel Haver, Trevor Wallace does a lot of sketches. Like he's pretty successful, I would say. Like he's
Jack Black.
a comedian.
But like, it's definitely
Jablinski.
like the YouTube sphere is still pretty heavily focused towards like longer form content.
yeah. Because
Which
there's
I mean,
Gus
the
Johnson
format
still make videos.
of the video. He's still uploading sketches.
Okay.
The format that they had with like the try not to laugh kind of thing where they're coming out and doing like sketches is like a good format. It's a funny concept. It was just that a lot of the jokes that they went for were very juvenile in like
Yeah.
the most literal sense of that. Like he would walk out and he'd be like, I'm being electrocuted. And that would be like the joke. Like the whole joke was that.
It's weird because I remember watching one of these a couple of years ago, and I think it was funnier than that. So I think it might just depend
They
on
definitely can be funny.
the cast, right? Like because there were some funny ones inside of it, like inside the video. But I was like,
Well, that was the crazy thing watching, because we watched a couple old sketches too. And Smosh, it's like, it'll be so unfunny, and then they will come out of nowhere with like a genuinely really funny joke, like
Yeah,
out
true.
of nowhere.
it's crazy. It's Core and I
I just
like,
think
laughing
part
for
of
like
that
5 minutes straight. It was
probably-
so funny.
Part of that probably comes from the fact of how frequent they upload, and also like I feel like towards the end of the life cycle of their last format of the channel to where they were still owned by a company, that's just a fucking job. You know what I mean? If you're going in
Right.
and you're not even the owner of the company and you have to like write and perform a skit like basically every single
Yeah.
day, that's definitely gonna take a ginormous cut of the quality out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it could impact it a lot. It's weird, yeah, because you're just an employee because like they get paid like a salary from this weird company that
No,
forces.
the company that the company that owned them most recently was the good mythical vasectomy guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they probably just gave them like pretty creative freedom. To
I
be
mean,
honest.
what
I
was the
don't-
thing we were saying? It felt like, me and Jack, we were saying like it felt like a combination of like a Nickelodeon comedy and SNL. Like that was like the level of
Yeah,
comedy.
that's what it felt like.
that it felt.
That is
like.
the worst thing you could have possibly said. That is the worst. I don't even want to know what
Specifically,
that
the try
is.
not to laugh video. That's what it felt like. It was weird.
It's very
So
interesting.
Elon Musk came out in his Waluigi costume.
Yeah, basically.
Golly, and
To
I
that
was
extent.
fucking hard as a goddamn rock.
Hey Ian, what if Elon Musk played video games?
Oh my god, they're gonna be
He
like
plays
culturally
Minecraft,
mal-
only gets emeralds.
Actually, I think that I should break this block right here.
Is that your Elon Musk impression? I think there might be.
He takes like a
You're
he
making
takes like a
fun- you're
4 minute
someone-
pause
you're
between
someone-
everything he says.
You're someone with a stutter who is basically making fun of someone for their stutter right now. That is your Elon
Well,
Musk
he has a very
impersonation.
specific way of talking. It's like really weird.
It sounds like he's like trying to like. I'm sorry, this is fucked up. It literally sounds like he's trying to like coerce someone into sexual favors like every single time he
He's trying to
talks.
rizz you up. He's like,
Bro, I want to be there for that fucking like Discord call.
Elon Musk trying to rizz you up.
You think Elon Musk buys the you know that service where you can like pay an e-girl to play video games with you?
Oh my! Maybe
You
he
think he
invented
buys that?
it. Maybe he secretly invented the service because he kept doing it and he saw a business opportunity. That's how fucking six brain
Top
this
G's
guy is.
think.
He's just a top G. That's a top G moment, bro. But yeah, no, I would like Elon Musk to be in a Smosh sketch. That's kind of what I want. I want Food Battle 2023 with Elon Musk, and that just got me like thinking a lot about like that was like Smosh was literally my first exposure to YouTube. Like, how did you guys get introduced to YouTube?
Gummy Bear.
Was it the Gummy Bear?
The Gummy Bear song,
That
bro.
shit was
I remember
hard.
being like 4 years old at my cousin's house in Miami. No, not 4 years old, because YouTube started in like 2006, right?
Yeah,
2005.
yeah. 2005.
I think I was like probably 5 or 6 years old, and like my older cousin at the time was like, "Bro, you gotta check this shit out. There's this website called YouTube, and there's amazing videos like the Gummy Bear song." And I was fucking captivated.
Everyone
I'm
was
like, we can
obsessed,
watch
bro.
this for free on the internet. Gummy Bear song
Gummy Bear
on the
song is
computer.
hard. Gummy Bear was, it's like looking back, that is like the most annoying. Like why is there like there was such an era of YouTube then where it's like annoying characters that children love. Like there's like Crazy Frog, Gummy Bear,
a Crazy
Annoying
Frog
Orange.
guy. I was a Crazy
I loved
Frog
Crazy
guy.
Frog, but Crazy Frog was annoying little fucking creature with his dick out who's saying Bing Bing, and he entertained me. That was the only. That's
And
the
I'll
only.
never forget that frog.
The frog was amazing. Release the
What was
frog.
your first video, Core?
I need to.
That was kind of creepy. You sound like Elon Musk when you said that. I need to.
I've got some unfinished business with that frog.
What was the first video you watched?
You know, it's kind of hard to remember because I know that there was like a bunch of different stuff I kind of watched around that time. So I mostly just remember like stuff I was watching initially. Like when I first got into it, it was like I remember Crazy Frog and also a lot of music videos. I used to watch a lot of music videos and stuff like that. And then it was watching like a lot of like Tom Ska. I remember watching him pretty early.
Which one's Tom Scott? Is that the
Tom Scott movie.
ASDF? I always say ASDF, and apparently it's not ASDF. You're not supposed to say
That's how
ASDF.
you know
you're
you're
supposed to
I
say
always said
ASDF.
ASDF movie back in the day.
Fake fan.
But apparently Core's insistent upon it being ASDF.
Yikes.
So I guess it's
It's the
ASDF.
ASDF movie.
It's some other like animation channels and stuff like the old like fucking Ego Raptor animations or
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
it's fine.
I was just gonna say I know Ego Rap. Like a bunch of people
You
know
know
Ego Raptor
Ego
from like Game
Raptor?
Grumps. No, I don't know him, but I was first made aware of who Ego Raptor was. Not because of his YouTube, but because I
Because
watched
we
the
go way
PlayStation game show
Oh,
called
the game
Tester, where Ego Raptor was like a contestant on the PlayStation. Because it was like free to watch on the PlayStation Source, so I downloaded the episodes and
So
shit like
good.
that, and I watched
Damn.
the show.
It was free to
I
watch.
have no
so you
idea.
better watch
I
it.
don't even know if that holds up whatsoever. But
No, there's no. All those nerdy ass game shows are so terrible, man. I watched this fucking like this reality TV show called King of the Nerds. I remember. I think I was like 13 or
that
14.
sounds miserable.
It is the worst show. I remember I watched it because this Pokemon YouTuber I really liked was going on the game show. And it was like I think it was like a TLC show or something. But it was basically like, who's the biggest nerd? And they had to do these nerdy challenges and play like video games. I remember I watched it with like my family, and like my family did not like it very much.
You know what? Would it be bad for a
and they hated
reaction
your hobby ever
idea?
since.
They hated
Like
me.
maybe on this channel, not the main channel. I don't remember what it was, but it was like some old game show. It was on TV, and it was like they would have like speed dating at like nerdy conventions, like whether it was like an anime con
That sounds cringe.
or like some Star Trek thing, and they would have like speed dating, and then they would do like game shows, and some people ended up like getting married because of like the game show.
Isn't
and
that
stuff
Love
like
on
that.
the Spectrum?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what that means.
It definitely is, regardless of whether or not it's the show
That
you're
show's
thinking
goated.
of.
That show's goated. Go check that out. Go check out Love on the Spectrum. That is honestly a very wholesome show and very entertaining. Netflix really did their fucking heart out with that one. I don't know. There's some really good. Eden is scared, bro.
I don't know, because I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's basically people on the autism spectrum try and date each other.
Can autistic people
And
find love
they made
too?
a game show about it.
It's not a game show. It's a dating show.
Okay, so
It's not a game
what's
show.
the,
Will these
what's the
autistic people
premise?
find love?
What's the premise? It's just a normal dating show,
If you
but
answer
they have
quest-
autism.
if you answer
Basically,
this final question correctly, you will get a girlfriend.
They follow like individual like people like, and they're like, oh, this is so and so. They're autistic as fuck, and then they're like, this is their life, and like this is what they're into, and then they try and set them up with other people on the spectrum. And like so these people
cool.
are brutal. Like the autistic people, like they end a date, like they are fucking like. They just will straight up be like, I don't like you, and then like leave the date. Like they're just brutally honest, and that's what's so good about it. It's like
fucking base as shit.
it's like, I don't think we are compatible, and then they dip out of the date, and that's what I think we should reach as society. I think everyone should.
That was badass.
I think
we
everyone
basically have already reached that. That's just fucking Tinder.
True. I guess you're right.
If you even get that much.
It's less confrontational, I think, though. But yeah. Oh my god. So,
where
like,
even were we?
We were talking about YouTube. So you watched a bunch of animation. That was the first thing. That was the first
Yeah.
thing you watched. 'Cause
Actually-
I feel like As If movie came out like 2010s. Isn't that like 2010s?
Yeah, but he was religious. He was a religious.
I mean,
he was
we
in a
didn't get
religious
a computer until okay. Well, I didn't make a YouTube account and an email until I was like 12 or 13,
That's crazy.
and I
man.
don't
had an
think
email
we
when I was, like,
got
4.
a computer until I couldn't have been younger than 10 or 11 at most.
Oh shit.
So like it was on the later side. I think I'd probably been
Oh.
showing some things like at friends' houses and stuff, but also I mean I didn't have a cell phone or anything like that. I didn't get that until I was like 15.
Well, you were older. By the time I was in middle school, it was like pretty normal for like every middle schooler to have an iPod. And then by the time I was in high school, if you didn't have a phone, your parents were poor or hated you. So,
Yeah.
but you're like 3 years older, so like I don't even think the iPod Touch was out when you were in middle school.
I mean,
The iPod Touch was
I
definitely
had
out when he was
I
in
did
middle
have an
school.
iPod. I remember playing an awful lot of Temple Run. Primarily.
Yeah,
bro,
the iPod Touch came out when we were like 10, dude. Like 9 or 10.
Wait, that's middle school age. That's literally a year before middle school.
That's like 2 years. That's like a couple years.
But
A couple.
I'm trying to think of
fifth
other
grade.
stuff. I remember there was a series called it was like Sonic something, and basically it was like a series of compilations of animations. It was a bunch of short animations that were all just like jokes.
That's hard. That's
It was
hard.
all
Anytime I
gags.
hear that a child was like introduced into Sonic in the early internet as a child, I just like a shiver goes down my spine because of how close they are to some of the most horrifying content available on the internet.
And I've seen most of it.
You just suffer through
would-
it, you know?
It would just be like jokes like Sonic he's like speed dashing. He runs up to like one of those like boost pads and he runs into it. It boosts him and his face like hits the floor and he slides down.
I've seen
and
that,
like
I've seen
blood
that.
gets spread everywhere.
So Newgrounds.
Yeah, Newgrounds animations basically.
Yeah, that's funny. I've definitely seen something like that.
Actually, it's
I
funny because
Yeah.
a very early memory I have of watching YouTube is at my fucking neighbor friend's house. He was showing me like a video of like Sonic. It was like a Sonic video, but it was like a really terrible video. It was like they had like pixel sprites and then they would be saying things in speech bubbles. There was no audio
I
in the
think I've
video.
seen-
it was
I've
just
seen this
music.
before.
It was just
I think I've
sprites
seen this
and then
before.
they'd say things in speech bubbles.
This seems very familiar.
and I
This seems like
remember-
something I've seen.
Being afraid to watch the video because Shadow was in the video and he was saying like damn and hell. I was like, I don't know if I can watch this.
That's
and he was
rough.
like, dude, just cover your eyes when they say the swear since you can't hear it.
You can't hear damn, bro. You can't hear damn.
That's so
God
funny.
damn.
Nah, dude, the best old YouTube videos like that were when they just put the speech bubbles and then the text were the annotations So now you go back to the
Yes.
video and it just doesn't make
It's
any
nothing.
fucking
Oh my god,
sense
the
because all the
annotations.
annotations are
Oh
gone.
my god, the old annotations.
YouTube killed the fucking best thing on the entire platform. The ingenious.
The videos
Okay, can
that
we talk about-
relied on annotations were
They,
like
they
so.
replaced annotations with the goddamn YouTube end cards, and the YouTube end cards are so annoying. People will upload like a 7-second long video to YouTube of like a dog, and it's just a meme. But then the last 5 seconds of the video, you can't see shit. You can't even see the entire fucking screen because they're covered by some
Yeah,
dude
end cards
trying to
suck.
plug his fucking Minecraft Let's Play.
There's so many like good videos, especially with in terms of like music videos or like some animation and stuff, where it's like there's actually things that are you want to see at the end of the video, and it's covering up so much of it.
Yeah, that
Why
feature-
do the buttons? You go to add the end cards to the end of the video, and it's like, no, you can't make it smaller. It has to be literally a fourth
Yeah,
of the
it's so
fucking
weird.
screen.
I don't know why you can't make it like even more smaller. Like that pisses me off because it has to be like I don't know. I don't know why that's in place. Maybe like it's YouTube testing that people will click on the bigger picture. They're fucking I don't know bullshit analytics.
I mean, I'm assuming it's for mobile purposes, because like on desktop,
Yeah.
obviously that's really big, but on
Yeah.
mobile, especially if you're holding it like vertically,
You're right.
that's
you're
pretty
right.
small.
That's
Already.
most people. That's most people. I feel like I watch most of my
And
YouTube
it's
on
like
my phone.
every platform these days has to accommodate the goddamn mobile users. The thing I don't understand is it used to be a common principle that there was two separate versions of an app or a website. There was the desktop version, which was good, and then there was the mobile version, which sucked but worked for mobile. And now every company is like, for some reason, trying to force these two irreconcilable things together and just make everybody use the same UI across every platform, which doesn't make sense. Like,
Well,
there's-
it's just to make it easier for development, I'm sure, because then you have like it's like one team doing it, right?
but it sucks so much. I hate every time I go to a website and I refresh and it looks more like the mobile version, I want to cut off a finger. Like, it kills
Yeah.
me.
Dude, no, it is extremely crazy how much websites have changed in literally just like 5 years. Like if you look at a screenshot from YouTube, literally just 5 years ago, it's completely white. You see the full subscriber count number down to the last digit. It has like the video manager at the top on the chat. Everything is completely different. Everything. Remember when we used to have squares on the internet? Now everything on every platform known to man has to have curved edges.
Yeah,
Everything
there are no
looks the
squares.
same.
Yeah, I can't wait till they
Everything
start
looks-
adding curved edges to Minecraft. That's going to be a crazy update.
That is the craziest update of all. Jesus
I
Christ.
mean, already with Windows 11, like they took out the square windows. Like the windows aren't perfect squares anymore. They all curve now. It's like, can I just get a rectangle in my life? Like, what's a motherfucker got to do to get some rectangle?
What's
What's a motherfucker got to do to find something that's straight around here? You know what I'm saying?
For real, like these goddamn liberals are trying to make everything curved.
I like
trying to make
curves,
everything
okay?
gay.
I'm a curvy guy and I like to be represented, okay?
Speaking of you being a curvy guy, though, I have to ask you, bro. This segue doesn't work at all. This is weird. I don't know why I brought up that you were a curvy guy there.
Why'd you bring that up?
I'm curious as to what you guys are cooking. Okay,
Like food?
Jack, you're so funny,
Play a
man.
little after act. Play it.
You're so funny, man. Like food, guys. Come on.
Like what we're working on?
So, like, what do you guys work on outside of reacting to videos? I'm curious because I don't do anything interesting outside of working on videos.
That's
not
true.
I'm in school. That's it. I do boring school
but that's
related things. But
interesting. You're
That's
You're
not
interested in
grinding.
it. You're interested in
it's
it.
not interesting at
You're
all.
interested
it's literally
in
not
it, so it's
interesting at all.
interesting.
I'm curious as to what you guys, who are more artistic and autistic
We're very
individuals,
autistic.
have been up to lately.
Well, a lot of like outside of the recordings is like focusing on keeping the channel running. That's like most of what I do, I would say. But I don't know. Core and I have been working on this comic, which will be out eventionally.
Whoa, that's good. Don't make any promises at all, ever.
So we're pretty far into it. I've done most of what I have to do. It's just like it's just taking a while to get the ball rolling on that, but working on that.
You're so good at not giving any details. It's like
I don't
you're
want
a
to.
fucking.
I don't want to like. I don't know.
It's like you're a reporter, like being asked about like Israel versus Palestine.
I just find
and
it
you're
weird, like
you
talking
can't
about
say anything.
projects before they're out. I don't know, especially when it comes to like
I
big art.
definitely understand that.
Yeah, it just like I just want to talk about when it's out. You know, it's like we're working on it. You know, I want to.
But you don't have to talk about the project specifically. Like, what skills are you like working on surrounding the project? You know what I mean?
What skills?
Lots of
Like
squats,
screenwriting and comedy that
Squats.
you've been researching
some
and stuff
push-ups
like
here
that.
and there.
I'm doing push-ups.
A little few
You're doing
crunches.
that's really good.
I'm doing
actually,
push-ups.
because the crazy thing is that Jack actually balances the pencil in between his man boobs, and then he squeezes the pencil after doing all those chest workouts, and that's how he actually
Jack works
writes
out at the
with
gym.
pencil.
I work out at the library. We combine our skills to
That's what we do.
make
We
a great
fuse.
project.
Yeah, I'm writing the comic. I wrote the comic, and then Core is drawing the comic.
Yeah.
So that's that. I've had to develop like I had to like storyboard the comic, and that was like the most difficult part for me because it took me so long, and I cannot draw for shit.
I feel like that's definitely one of those things where it seems a lot easier
Dude,
than
it
it
does,
actually is.
dude. No, because I'm like trying.
feel
I'm writing these like complex perspectives, and I go to draw it, and it's like, damn, you really are a kindergartner. You're really just a fucking 5-year-old. Like, what is happening here?
Well, if One Punch Man can look the fucking way that it did, then anyone can do anything, basically.
True.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Corey?
I was gonna say I feel like we should set like some sort of goal where it's like if this comic gets retweeted this many times, we release a storyboard version of the comic.
Yeah.
Yo, Jack's amazing sketches.
Ooh, they're
gonna
so
be
good.
released
Oh, they're so
to the
good.
world.
But
Oh my god.
yeah, I've been working on that. I'd say personally, I do a decent amount of stuff in my spare time. I was studying Japanese pretty religiously. I haven't been as much lately.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
But the main focus as of late is mostly just art in general, practicing it and doing animation. I released a short film on Chorus here, like a minute-long animation.
Go check it out.
Like a month ago, and I've been working on some other projects. Like I've boarded maybe like 4 different animations. I just finished boarding one that I want to release sometime soonish. That's a bit shorter, and I have some longer projects that are kind of in the background. I have like an idea for a pretty long form animated project that is like kind of like the idea I really want to do, but have been doing these smaller scale videos because I want to work up to like doing that, especially if I decide to like try and create a team. I think that's one big thing that I have like as a goal is like taking like the resources and like stuff I have at my disposal and then putting that into like a team of artists and stuff that I can lead to create a project. But I kind of
Pretty
just
cool.
want to make sure that my ideas like work, like people like them and they
Yeah.
think they're interesting, before I try and like make it like bigger scale.
The bigger project, yeah.
So I have a question. Can you like, you did bring up your short film, which if you haven't seen, we'll link it in the description. It's literally a minute long. Go watch this man's animation. It takes a minute of your time, and it literally took like how long for you to make Core?
I think it took about a month to animate.
a month for a minute. So like, go fucking
Go watch it.
that
Go watch
shit.
it.
But like, what is the process of making an animation like that? Like, it takes a month. Like, how is that time split up for that project?
Well, I mean, the pretty standard project process is like you start off with you find your idea, like whatever you're going to work on. So for me, that usually just it revolves around either I have like a theme or like something that I want to explore, or what is like the more often way that I end up doing it, which is that I just sit down and I open a page and I just start drawing random shit, and I just draw until I find something that I like. Like for me, that's the biggest thing with doing art, especially like telling stories, is finding a character that you like and you want to like do something with. So usually I just end up drawing and then I'm like, I like this image. This image seems like it has a story. And so then I start just drawing more and more and developing little ideas. And I might draw little like thumbnails of like moments like in a story. And then usually from that point, I finish doing that and then I go for a walk. I go for a lot of walks because I
Core is
always
the
come
most
up with my
visual
story
learner
on
I've ever heard in
walks.
my entire life.
Yeah.
And then I do my board, which, depending on how long it is, can take like a couple days, which is just like a rough version that's timed out of the sequence of every event in a story. And then from there, you usually add like some sounds, and that's your animatic, like your rough version. And then you just break it down into shots and animate it one by one. So it's pretty monotonous.
Yeah, I bet that last part is probably more than half of the
Yeah,
actual
right.
process, basically.
It's you get the base down, you get the basics down, and then you have to fucking do the nitty gritty of every single shot.
Yeah, you have to hit the fucking gritty on your.
You have to hit the
animation,
gritty
bro.
all over the fucking software.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I
don't
think
know. Yeah.
there's definitely
It seems
difficulties in both, because I find with doing the storyboard, that is the thing. Like with animating, it's kind of like a rote process. Like once you sit down and start doing it, you can just be doing it. With boarding, I feel like it's more of like a state of mind. Like I can't be listening to a podcast or music or anything when I'm boarding, because I have to be like fully in like the world. Like I'm
you have to be
picturing,
thinking about the ideas and like each individual thing that happens.
because especially because
yeah.
I don't want to rely on like the same like boring visual language that every like animated series uses nowadays in their boards.
You mean like the
It's
side
pretty-
perspective regular
It's
show
like very
crap?
repetitive, yeah. Like so I'm trying to do like more interesting angles and like stuff.
Yeah,
Like
and you can tell
framing.
if you watch his short, which you can watch now, he definitely goes for those perspectives. We have to advertise because he's not going to do it for himself. So we need to do that because he's too
That's
humble.
funny,
he's
yeah.
he's much too humble. But yeah, no, of course we're all working on our own shit, and that seems sick. Like we're all got individual goals. I'm mainly like spend a lot of the time going to the gym as well, like a lot, but.
You just have to throw that in at the last second. By the way, I can lift more than your entire weight over my head.
I go to the gym.
I fucking like I feel like an elderly man recently because I literally injured my fucking knees. Like I like injured my fucking knees because I was like going on like runs every morning, and now I'm like a crippled little decrepit man. I bought like Birkenstocks. So I'm literally like an old man, bro. I look like an
Once
old
you
man.
buy the Birkenstocks, you gain 10 years.
I gained 10 years, bro. I got the Birks on, and it's like, goddamn.
You gotta
I
get the
feel-
long johns.
the long johns. I guess I should probably look into those. But yeah, no, that's what we got cooking, bro. Like, I don't know. We all got some farty little things going on.
Yeah.
But
Very
yeah.
excited.
Thank you for listening to this episode. We're going to go into our premium episode now. So go to our Patreon. You can pledge $10 or more, and you guys can get access to that. So go to the premium episode.
De más tiempo para sentir y decir sin hablar y escuchar.